All right, for any owner of a Dodge and Ram trucks and Jeeps with the V6 3.7 and you want to save fuel, listen up. You have a gadget here that actually does what it says. Sometimes you test stuff. It's hard to believe, but they seem to work. The last few days I've been testing this thing called Neo Socket or Fuel Shark, whatever. I was approached into testing it, not by the company, just by co-workers saying he uses it every day and it seems to be working. So curious enough, I went online, find a company, and I ordered two of them. And I got it directly from the company. I didn't went with Amazon because I want to make sure I get the right stuff and not knockoffs of, knockoffs basically. So I did 3 tests, and 2 out of 3 did improve. One, I'm still flabbergasted. On this truck, I'm impressed, and on another car, I didn't do nothing. So I'm trying to wondering why it seems to work on some cars and not some others. I was expecting on new cars not doing anything, on older cars doing something. The reason, it's older, they have a weaker alternator and so on and so on. But so far, it's not what I've been. The results is not what I was expecting. But today I'm just gonna focus on the Dodge Dakota 2010 that I have in front of you. Hello, squirrel. More later on the socket itself, because if you quickly look, they show you a bunch of results here. Just pause it if you want to see. And it was hard to believe when I saw it at first, but in some case I think they are right. So yesterday I did a test. Quickly, I'm just gonna say the road conditions. On this one was dry, sunny, and cool. One of the reasons I say that is because 3 nights ago I did other tests. It was actually very rainy and so on and so on. Temp, humidity, and all that, it's all there. I just want to point out I have a stock air box and a stock filter. Has no KNN in it, no cold air. But I do have a full master axle back exhaust. It's not the full exhaust, it's just the axle, just to give it a little bit more sound. And I was not alone. Estimate weight was 5,000 pounds. And the tires are 245, 75, 16, 10 ply tires. So moving on the test itself. Again, for those the first time who see my videos, I always do point A to B and B to A. So I basically do a loop. I don't do just a one way and do the test and then another way and do the test. I want to make sure I do this. I replicate the same test over and over and over again, and it's a 3-hour test. But by the time I start and by the time I finish, it's a 3-hour test. You could see the mileage when I start and I finish with the Neo socket and with the stock. The total kilometers, the time usually they're about an hour and a half. With the Neo socket, I had a little bit more traffic stop and go to because there's 2 set of lights before I reach the freeway. So I had 10 minutes of stop and go versus 5 minutes of stop and go with the stock form. Okay, here we go. You could see the fuel usage when I did the Neo socket. A total was 16.024 liters of 87, and stock form 17.930 liters of fuel usage for the same trip, the same condition, and same speed, which is 62.5 miles an hour. Which in Canada's speed legal limit, it's 100 kilometers an hour. So what does it do in savings? Well, if you look at it, it improved 1.547 liters per 100K. That's a lot, because my max energy Icon gave me about 0.6 liter when I did my MPG test with 50% weight capacity in the box. For the US friends, the miles per gallon, you'll gain at least 2 miles a gallon, so 2.191. And for UK, Canada Imperial System, you're looking at 2.632 gains in MPG. So for a total improvement of 11.3, that was an eye opener for me. On this test, I'll show you another test on another video. It gave basically nothing. It was almost the same numbers left and right. So going back here on my left here, I just want to quickly show you the Neo socket box and whatever. All you have to do is plug this in your lighter. I'm not gonna be here to talk engineer stuff and what it does or whatever. But the reason I did my tests, I tried to do at night, but yesterday during the day. I did my test, both of them with accessory on. I mean, I had my lights on, I had my fan on, heat or cool, but it was at 50% on, the fan, and I had my fog lights on. The reason is it has to do something with the alternator and the drainage that your electric system draws to support your electronics in your vehicle. Now, I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm not going to use this on this truck, even if it saves fuel. Two reasons. By using this, they say to remove all other devices that you have. With this truck, I'm running an Hypertech, and I'm ready to sacrifice maybe 1 mile or 2, well, maybe a mile and a half miles per gallon to have more torque, because I'm so used to drive with the Hypertech now that it barely shifts from fourth to third gear because of the torque. And my route is, there's some slight hill going up and going down, obviously. But and the other thing the only negative drawback from this I could see on my truck is I lose the capacity of record to use my True View camera. So you plug that in cigarette lighter or your output source plug, whatever they call it now. So that's the reason I'm not going to use in this truck, but it does work. So that's a decision you'll have to make. And believe it or not, that's what he did for this truck. But I'll show you another video that he didn't do jack all. So I hope this answers some questions for some of you with the Neo socket. Again, the results are there. My test is very controlled. Again, I'm not paid for by the company. I have no clue who makes this thing. I was just approached by a coworker saying he's been using it, and I do video to test, so I test it and it works. I'm sure he's going to be happy. That's it. If you want to donate to my cause, I accept crypto, so I'll have that information in my description. I don't accept fiat money. They're printing a bit too much to keep it. But if you have any crypto, send it. Take care. Bye. All right. So like every test for a MPG test loop, I'm at halfway point. So this is basically my point B to go back to point A. So this is my third test with the Neo socket or Shark, whatever you want to call it. You can see the light is red, it's open. Yes, this is my third test. I'm currently in a 2010 Dodge Dakota. Somewhat of high mileage. I just want to do tests with different cars, different trucks, different engines, and so on. So yesterday, the test I did, there was not much difference. It was almost like a mirror image, basically, one test to the other. So that proves I'm doing something right with the test. But the first test I did, there was a big difference, a big improvement. So I'm still wondering if I should make another one just to confirm. But today I'm doing this with this truck. And the reason I'm showing this footage is to show you that I actually do the test, and obviously we'll show the receipts with the fuel consumption. Usually these tests take about 3 hours when I do it. So when I do a back-to-back comparo, they take about an hour and a half each. So enough waffling. So I'll just let you enjoy the scenery.